Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another episode video. Another top 10. Today I'll be doing the Richie Rich and Scooby Doo show. If you haven't seen my last video, I did the first season of Scrappy Doo, and now I'll be doing the second part of Scrappy Doo, which is Richie Rich. I don't really know who decided to do this. And this is the first series where they got rid of Daphne, Velma, and Fred, but they kept Scrappy, and they only had Shaggy and Scooby, and they just run around, do some silly stuff. And there's 75 episodes of this, and 24 episodes of Scrappy with another dog called Yabadoo. I haven't seen any of that. This was a very, very hard task, putting 13 episodes that I thought were best out of all these 75 episodes. There are some in here that deserve to be in here that aren't in there. It was very, very hard to rank because they're all ranked below 5. Like, there is none over 5. Like, it's just rubbish, this series. They shouldn't have done it. And, like, most of them get, like, a 3 at least. Most of them get below 3, sorry. And, like, the ones above 3 are probably the ones in here and, like, a couple more. But anyways, this was a very, 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 very hard choice, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I've never done an episode ranking of this. I've done all the older series of Scooby-Doo, excluding this series and a pup named Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo's Laugh Olympics. But I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to this one. I don't really want to rank 75 of them. It's just going to fill up my whole laptop as well, which is another point to it. But I guess my first honourable mention, just missing out in the top 10, is K9 to 5. I'm not sure, I just like the monster in this one. The monster looks kind of cool. That's all I can say about that one. Coming in at second, I actually thought this one was going to be my favourite when I first watched it, but it actually slipped down all the way to 12th, and that's Moonlight Madness, a very, very popular one, just slipping out. I actually kind of enjoyed this episode. It's kind of a fun one to watch, but I don't know how it slipped down this low. Anyways, that's my second honourable mention. The third one is Scooby's House of Mystery. I believe this is in the second season of the show. By the way, this is actually Richie Rich and Puppy Hour. 60 episodes of Richie Rich, and there's like 25 or something of Puppy Hour, I want to say. 25. Which means it'd actually be 85 to rank. Sorry, I accidentally said 75. I meant 85. And I believe this one is in the second season of Richie Rich. There's 2 seasons of that, then there's a season of Puppy Hour. I don't think there's any Puppy Hour episodes actually making this top 13, actually. They're all from the Richie Rich. But Scooby's House of Mystery, look, I don't know, it's just in here because it's just the best out of the shit ones in this series. Coming in at 10th place is Scooby at the Center of the World. When I first watched it, I was like, yeah. And then the second time, it was a bit more entertaining for me. But I've only watched the episode twice. The ones above it I've only seen like once. Except for Moonlight Madness, I've seen that a whole bunch of times. But Scooby at the Center of the World, it's unique. Coming in at 9th place is Wax World. I've watched this one a bunch of times. Probably the most out of any of the short episodes. And I'm getting a little bit bored of it, of course, because it only goes for like 5 minutes. You can't get too bored of it. But I'm getting a little bit bored of it. But it was a lot higher when I first thought of ranking these. Coming in at 8th spot is probably everyone's favourite, is Swamp Witch. Isn't a bad one, Swamp Witch. The Witch is pretty good. The blue weird dude, yeah, is okay as well. But, you know, you're not going to get anything higher than 4 or 5 in this series. Coming in at 7th place is Scooby's Trip to the Oz. This one was a fun one. It was supposed to be like a weird version of like the Wizard of Oz. And I seem to remember watching this one before watching, you know, all these episodes as a series. I don't know where though. But otherwise, I pretty much only remember watching it once when I watched this whole series last year. Coming in at 6th place is the old cat and mouse game. The cat type villain person in this one is probably my favourite. I want to say he's my favourite villain out of all of these shorts. But, you know, it's just too wacky to get any higher than the place that it's in. Coming in at 5th place is A Fit Night Out for Bats. I've seen this one a couple times, and it's not bad. Sylvester isn't a bad villain either. Coming in at 4th place is Soggy Bog Scooby. This one isn't bad as well. I've watched that a couple times. Coming in at 3rd place is Alaskan King Coward. You get this one a lot. This is the most shown episode on DVD, or VHS or Blu-ray or whatever you want to call it, for this series. Coming in at 2nd place is South Sea Scare. I don't know, I like the villain a lot in this one, and actually, he's actually probably a 5. These top 2 are probably the only ones that get 5s. This top one is A Fright at the Opera. That's my favourite episode. That one gets a 5 as well. It's just such a weird series, and there's no point ranking it when your best episode is only a 5 out of 10. But the villain wasn't bad, and I thought it was quite fun. But these were just fun episodes, and I don't even remember which one was my worst from this show, because it's literally that bad. But there are lots that would probably make the cut and worst episodes ever of Scooby-Doo. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know I didn't. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing my top 13, because you may never see a top 85 of this. It depends if I get around to it, and at the moment it's not looking likely. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for some more Scrappy episodes coming up on the channel.